I'm gonna try a bite of this thing. Now look, this is really hard to wrap your mouth around. Okay, great. So, Steve, one of the things when we first met, a story that just fascinated me was how you got in the food business was when your gas margin dropped. Tell us that story.
Well, when I first got into work, into the convenience store for business, I just want to do the easy things. You know, the staples are tobacco, alcohol, gas. I really didn't want to do food. I didn't want to do the more intensive part of the business. But I had an eye opener pretty quick. I was doing over $1 million a year just in gas sales. And then Raceway came to town and they cut, I actually was paying more for gas per gallon than they were selling it for. And so I was in my customers left slowly for a year. They wanted to be loyal, they wanted to be faithful, but 5 cents a gallon is a lot. And so I lost I'd say 80% of my business in that year. And so I couldn't pay my bills. I was destitute, and so I knew how to serve food. I worked at McDonald's, and I knew how to get good service. I knew how to sell a burger, and so, but I couldn't get anybody to come eat. I had to give it away, and so and I bought crawfish. I did it 99 cents a pound. I was probably paying 70 cents a pound for it. Wasn't making any money, but I was getting people to come in. I'd do a burger for $1.99, a quarter pound of that. Plate lunch, a whole plate lunch with a drink was $3.99.
Wow, that's a great deal.
Oh yeah, I wasn't making any money though. I was turning money over, but I was slowly building up sales. And then you need customer base. Once you have a customer base, then you learn how to make, you know, if I can get them to buy a $4 plate, then maybe I can add something to that and get an extra dollar for it. And so that it paid off, you know. But it was a long, thirsty road to get there.
Now, you know, Steve, I think this guy's an innovator. Steve's got great stories like this. One of my favorite things here, and one of my favorite stories, is about the cheddar burger and how you developed the big cheddar and why you developed the big cheddar. Tell us that one.
Al, I don't know what lie I told you, but I'm gonna tell you the truth right now, okay? So I'm selling these burgers, a combo for $4 or $5 for a combo. And my son would go to Wendy's and get a $10 Baconator combo. And it would make me so mad because I know my patty's better, but just because they had a good name on it, that I was wasting money away. And so I came up with, and I tried different things, but I came up with a name, and it's the same patty. I got a different bun, and I had a few things to it, but it's the same patty, and it's $10. The combo, and it sells. And it's a big cheddar bacon burger. I like adjectives. Yeah, I like a cool name, and so that's
So it's kind of the Rolex of hamburgers, right?
That's right.
It's a little overpriced, but it's really, really good. Okay, good. The Rolex of hamburgers.
You can't add nothing to it.
Can't add anything to it. It's perfect. Now, another one of the stories that I really enjoyed was there was a time when you didn't barbecue, and you started barbecuing, and the whole thing took off. But what fascinates me is your barbecue pit is so unique. Tell us about the barbecue pit.
Well, going back to those lean years, so my customers are the ones that taught me and guided my business, driven my business. If you listen to your customers, they're going to tell you what they want. So I had a guy that came in here and he said, "Hey man, you ought to sell barbecue." I mean, I was starving. I couldn't pay my bills. And he said, "Hey man, you ought to sell barbecue." I said, "Man, I don't know how to barbecue." He said, "I'm gonna bring you my barbecue pit. I'll loan you my barbecue pit, and I'll teach you how to barbecue." And so he got me started doing the barbecue, but it kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And so I said, "Man, I got to be able." I wasn't keeping up with the barbecue, so I said, "I've got to come up with something." And then the pit that I was using was inconsistent. And I know from McDonald's years, you got to do it the same every time. I don't care who you're dealing with. If you got an 18-year-old guy or you got a 50-year-old woman back there, they need to cook it the same every time. And so a buddy of mine gave me, he's a farmer, he said, hey man, I got this butane tank if you want to make a barbecue pit. And a butane tank has thick steel. And so once you warm that thing up, you can get a cold front or whatever. You get that thing hot and protected, it's going to be the same every time. And so we took that thing on a New Year's Day. I didn't have nothing to do. It was dead. Sales were dead, and I was broke. And so I drug that thing in back, and I built that barbecue that day.
Now it's foolproof, and there's a reason it's foolproof. You told me about that. It's the rotating and the timing of it. Explain how that works.
Okay, so I put a firebox, and none of these things are my ideas. I get them from customers. But anyways, I put a firebox on the side, so it'd be easy to light, and so the firebox shoots the fire into the pit, and then we use a can, and we put the wood chips in it. And then it has a rotating shelf, and so it sits on this expanded metal that they have on these old barbecue pits, and so it gives that look on it, where it's barbecue pit, it's char grilled, but we put the wood in it to add the extra smoke to it. And so you get it's almost a hybrid. You know, it's like an open pit with the grilling of the metal and the added smoke of it, because it's a propane pit. It's not truly open pit, and so but it's foolproof because the temperature is going to be the same every time. Look, we got there's a picture of bacon burger, man.
Oh my God! Now this is the Rolex of hamburgers.
I didn't cut it. You said to cut it in.
Oh yeah, cut it down.
But look, not yet. Let's just let me.
You go up. Look. What? There we go.
Wow.
How many pieces of bacon you put on there? 4 pieces of bacon.
Look at
on
that.
One burger.
That's an amazing burger.
Yeah.
You know.
Look, you touch it. I want you to see what all's in it. They got fried onions in it. They got
Wow.
queso cheese in it, and of course the patty's fresh. That go up with it. So you can see.
Now this
look at there, huh?
This is really fantastic because now how's this going to compare to the juice that we had this morning? I'm going to be really interested to see, you know, how we feel after this. I think I'm going to feel really great. There you go.
Yeah, you guys ate so much today, you're not even going to be impressed with it.
Oh, I'm going to be impressed with it.
Y'all eat the barbecue?
I don't really get full. The barbecue was wonderful.
Man, y'all ate brisket.
Man.
Y'all ate
I'm going to try a bite of this thing. Now look, this is really hard to wrap your mouth around. Mmm. Oh my God. That is good. Fortunately, my jaw's unhinged, just like a python. So I can swallow this whole, but I won't do it because we're on camera right now. One of my favorite stories that you told me, and I think it's really important for people who have these stores. I get phone calls, I get emails. I need to ramp up my food program. I don't cook. You were in a similar situation, but you found 2 people, if I'm not mistaken, who were cooking at church bazaars and fairs. And I thought that was one of those brilliant hires I've ever heard about. Tell us that story.
Well, I'm going to go back to, over the years, my customers have taught me how to do things. You know, and so those guys help. But I'm going to tell you, the very first person that I didn't know how to do rice and gravy. I didn't have a clue. My mom's a German, and I didn't eat rice and gravy growing up, and I'm in the Cajun culture. And so this lady, she didn't work. Her husband, he delivered the meat here. He said, man, my wife Lola, she'll come and show you how to cook a ponce, you know. And then this other guy that you're talking about, he and his wife, that they could cook anything and everything. His job then was finishing concrete, but when it rained, he would come and cook on the days off. And so he would show up and he taught me how to cook tongue, beef tongue.
Beef tongue.
And so how to brown it, just the right way to brown it, and then and then when to slice it, how to tenderize it. But the customers have really taught me everything that has molded this operation. You know.
Now I want you to tell everybody what's Paul's. Explain Paul's.
Paul's is just it's a pig stomach stuffed with a big sausage is really what it is, and so you slice it, and it just looks like a kind of like the shape of a steak with the skin all the way around it. Some people just eat the inside. Some people eat the skin. The skin's good, but you have to have a taste for it. Now we do regular Paul's. It's just a big sausage, but the other one is stuffed with cheese and jalapenos. And man, that's the one I like. I'm telling you, that's my favorite.
I've had the Pulse here. It's very, very good. People are often amazed. You know, like, you eat that? I went, yeah. I mean, everybody eats that down here. Now you just started doing boudin, which, boy, I tell you what, the boudin market is a tough market. Everybody does boudin. People have their favorite boudins out there. So, one, you're entering a very, very crowded market. Number two, you're competing against people who are established. Okay, and you know, you haven't been doing boudin, so your customers, they may love your food, but they may have a favorite boudin out there. So tell us about the boudin. How do you overcome these three obstacles and make it work?
Well, my philosophy is you got to get the customer first. So price is what you're going to address, and you have to be able to afford that price. And so I do $2 a pound every day, which is half the price. Actually,
incredible deal.
My big competitor was $4.89 a pound, but since I started doing that, he went to $3.89 a pound.
Oh wow!
So we do 2 pounds every day, but you need to have a good flavor, a consistent flavor. So I actually brought in another guy, and I share the profits with him, and he just comes and he makes sure he prepares the seasonings, and he makes sure my guys are doing it right each week. He comes in every week, and he gets a little cut of it. But I didn't know anything about boudin. You know, as a business owner, you don't have to know anything. You have to recognize talent. You got to find the talent. And I've learned that over the last 23 years. The quality has got to be on boudin. Man, if the skin's too tight, if the skin's too dry, if the skin breaks too easily, you know, all the little tricks to it. I don't know all that stuff. That guy does. He sold 1.5 million pounds in his lifetime. He's retired now.
Wow.
But he's got a book. He kept track of it. I don't know why he did that, but he's always worked for somebody different, and so I knew that I needed help if I'm doing something new.
Yeah. Well, that's a bold move, because I got to tell you, there are websites devoted to boudin. Coming in with a new boudin, it's pretty risky, but it's. I think you got a great plan, and it's great boudin. You know,
that's the secret. Because I've tried it 5 other times, and it never sold. It wasn't any good.
Yeah. Well, let's go out and take a look at the barbecue pits and get a feel for just how to do barbecue Cajun style.
No meat on it. It's still on though. All right, we got it all off. It's on the shelf, ready to sell. Got an empty pit. All we need is more customers.